it's a different way of learning. I've never learned this way before. Mine's always been, even at school, it was always classroom based when I did French and German. But this is a very different, very natural way of learning. Yeah, I thought it was going to be all about the grammar and the tenses and the masculine, feminine, and everything else that goes with the language. But it's not. It's very much focused on speaking. I wasn't getting what I thought I was going to get from it. I wanted to form conversations, and there's only so much conversation you can have with an app. Been with you now 5 months, and I've noticed, and my partner has noticed, a big improvement in my Spanish.
I'm here with Tasos. First, introduce yourself in 10 seconds, 20 seconds. Well, like a quick introduction. Who are you? Why did you need to speak Spanish, or why did you want to learn how to speak Spanish?
Yeah, so my name's Tasos. Tasos. I've been learning Spanish for quite some time using apps like Duolingo. But the main problem, although I'm learning words, it's how to use them in everyday conversations and everyday life. My main objective to learn Spanish was because we recently bought a house in Spain. So the long game is to live in Spain. So I wanted to improve my Spanish, and so I can communicate with the locals better and not have to rely on English or Google Translate constantly. So that's why I joined Abel and this the course that he's given us. So yeah.
Perfect. So if you had to name your biggest struggle at the beginning, what was it? I mean, at the beginning of your journey speaking Spanish or trying to learn Spanish?
So my main struggles was forming sentences. I understand. Well, then I understood a few words, not very many. Now my vocabulary has increased, but I'm much more confident in forming sentences, and I don't feel shy in talking to the natives. When I went to Spain earlier in the year, it was the first time that I felt confident in engaging with the natives and trying to have a conversation. Was it perfect? No. Did they understand me? Yes. I understood them. That was the main goal. So for me, that was a win for me, because I'd never been in that position where I felt comfortable and confident enough to put myself in that situation. So yeah, it's helped.
What did you try before? You told me Duolingo, right?
Duolingo, yeah. I went to classes before. I used to go once a week to a Spanish class in the UK. But I had to stop because my times didn't match anymore to go to the Spanish class. So again, although the apps are good, there is no formal way of communicating or talking in Spanish. And that was my struggle. I had to sort of wait until going back to Spain to speak.
Okay.
But
And
yeah,
those lessons, how long were you doing lessons?
I did it for about 6 months.
Okay.
It wasn't very long.
Okay.
And it was fine because they teach you the grammar, and you're forced to speak in Spanish. It was banned to speak English. So you're forced to speak Spanish, but it's once a week, and once you leave the class, then you're left until the next class.
I'm again in the UK, right?
Sorry.
When I'm outside from the class, I'm again in the UK.
Yeah.
I'm still
So
in the UK. Well,
yeah.
how did that, or no, better, what was the moment when you thought, okay, I need to change the way I'm learning? Do you remember like a specific moment where you said, "Ah, I'm tired, I need to change the approach," maybe?
Well, again, I've started using the apps sort of Christmas time, December, um, and I wasn't getting what I thought I was going to get from it. I wanted to form conversations, and there's only so much conversation you can have with an app.
Yeah.
It's not interactive enough, which is why I thought I'd try something different. And I saw you on Instagram,
Uh-huh.
and yeah, it sounded really interesting. And I've been with you now 5 months, and I've noticed, and my partner has noticed, a big improvement in my Spanish.
Oh, that's great. I know. I told you the first time I saw you. I told you this is what it's going to happen. I was like, okay, let's try, and here you are.
Yeah.
What did you see in the way we work in Spanish Unlocked that made you think, okay, maybe this is different from those lessons that I was attending, from the apps, from the other methods that you tried?
Well, since joining you, obviously, there's the workshops that happen quite a few times a week with natives um, on various topics. So it then encourages you to speak Spanish and also help the natives with their English as well, um, which so it becomes very conversational and informal. So there's no feeling embarrassed or shy or whatever if you're making mistakes. Everyone's in the same position.
Mhm.
Obviously, some people are more no more than others, but that's part of the learning process. Um, but it's a very comfortable way of learning Spanish, I think.
Awesome.
Also, the confidence rooms are a massive help. Um, that's just with us sort of English people learning Spanish. And again, you make a mistake, you make a mistake. It's not a problem. That's why you're there to learn and make the mistakes. But the thing for me is being understood, and it's not about being perfect.
Mm.
Um, the perfection will come in time, but for now, it's being understood, having being able to have a conversation, understand. Even watching Spanish TV, I was like, oh, okay, I don't understand everything, but I understand what the concept is and what they're trying to say, and so yeah, it's been amazing. It has helped me a lot.
This is one of the first things people need to change in their mindset. That is that they think that the first thing they need to do is to understand everything and being able to know and identify all the words, all the vocabulary, all things before start speaking. It's like it's not working that way.
No.
It's just you are going to improve by making mistakes, by filling blanks in your speaking, not in on a paper, right? Because at the end, you are just remembering vocabulary. But when you are in front of real situations, that's the thing that really will make the difference, right? And at the end, so yeah, wonderful. Um, can you or hmm, what were you expecting to achieve during maybe your first weeks, your first months inside?
um I don't know. Yeah, it's difficult because I didn't know the process of how you teach, so it was new to me. Um, but the way that you explained it and the way that I've experienced it and others have experienced, obviously, there's the WhatsApp group that we can all talk with each other and sort of have everyday conversations. Obviously, we can have conversations with you as well. And Yeah, it just helps having someone there. Um, if you have any questions or doubts or you're not sure of something, you can quickly type or say something, and be corrected or with the right way of saying it. So
Mhm.
yeah,
Well,
that I wasn't expecting when I first joined. But again, it, it's there to help.
you were expecting more something like traditional lessons, let's
I
say.
thought it was going to be more classroom based. Yeah, I thought it was going to
Okay.
be all about the grammar and the tenses and the masculine, feminine, and everything else that goes with the language. But it's not. It's very much focused on speaking, having the conversation.
This is what you wanted, right?
Yes,
It's like
exactly.
imagine I tell you you are going to be able to speak Spanish, and then we are okay. You have to analyze the present perfect here because it's like, nobody wants to do this. Hmm, how long did it take you to start seeing the first results? Let's say the first things or the first moments where you said, "Hmm, I was not able to do this some time ago."
As I said before, for me, I can't remember what month I started. It's February I started with you.
Yeah.
February. So April was when I went to Spain. and that was the first time I'd been to Spain since having the classes with you, and that's when I realised how much I understood.
Wow.
Um, because being in the UK, I don't have any natives around me apart from you and the workshops that we do. So that was the first time I was put in a real life situation. No teacher with me, no one else around me. It was just me with the locals having or trying to have a conversation. And it was the first time I thought, you know what, I don't care. I'm just going to reply back, and if I understand me, they do. If they don't, but they did, and that was the breaking point for me. That was that's how it
Okay.
should be. So I'm
Wonderful.
looking forward to going back in 3 weeks' time, because I'm going to be there for quite a long period. So I'm looking very much looking forward to
Yeah, and I
speaking
remember
much more.
when that you sent me a message, right, about the dogs and all
Yes,
this.
exactly. Yeah,
I was like, finally, we got it. Bro. Okay, wonderful. So basically, like 2 months, you
yeah,
had the opportunity to see that it was working, right?
yeah.
Okay, what surprised you the most about all that we were doing, in a good or in a bad way, maybe?
Um, the good thing, there's no bad really. The good thing is it's just informal talks. What's been nice about the workshop is getting to know people as well, and you can ask the questions in Spanish. So yes, the topics are there as a basis to start the conversation, but then the conversation develops and it flows, and it becomes very natural.
Mm,
Um, so yeah.
well, very good. Uh, How do you fit Spanish into your day? Maybe when you don't have time, or when you feel that you are not maybe motivated, right? Because I see you a lot in the workshops and in all the live events that we organize. So I guess that you have also, as everybody, a busy life. You have other commitments. You have a job. But even that, how do you try to fit Spanish into your daily life?
So with me, I need to have some kind of routine. Um, so with the workshops, because I know it's set on a certain day at a certain time, I can plan that into my day.
Mhm.
If I have, I've never been the most motivated. Right now, I'm going to spend an hour, or disciplined, I should say. I'm going to spend an hour learning Spanish. That doesn't work for me. I need to have a time slot that's organized for me to say,
Mhm.
right now, the workshop is going to be on a Wednesday at 6 o'clock for an hour, and that's my hour to learn.
Mhm.
So that's how I do it in my way. But obviously, different people learn in different ways and allocate their time differently. So if you can set an hour, half an hour, even 20 minutes to dedicate to the language, then obviously every little bit helps. Is
How
use it
about
or
that?
lose it.
Yeah, but, well, people think that, especially busy people, right, or that they don't have a fixed schedule, so or they can organize their day, or they work from home, or this type of people. Um, it's like, okay, if I don't have much time, I'm going to do Duolingo. And it's like, well, if you use this same 5 or 10 minutes instead of filling blanks on an app, you speak, you're going to progress much faster
Yeah, yeah.
than you lose. Maybe it's not losing your time in terms of knowledge, but definitely it's losing your time if your goal is to speak, because you are not doing it.
Mhm. Yeah,
So it's like
sure.
it's not related with your goal, right?
Yeah.
um so yeah, how, or well, tell me a situation or two, maybe a real life situation that you trained, maybe during the workshops or maybe during the practices with me in the confidence room at some time, and then you had the opportunity to maybe face in real life with a native.
So say that again.
Yes. Do you have any real life situation
Oh
that,
yes.
yeah, that you trained maybe during these last months in any part of the program that after you had the opportunity to face in real life?
Well, yeah, it was like the opportunity that I mentioned before when I was in Spain
Mhm.
in April. We were taking the dogs for, because we take the dogs with us to Spain when we go. Um, and we're walking with the dogs, and a Spanish couple in Pamplona. Were walking with their dogs, and they said good evening, and looked at our dogs and said, "Oh, are they a boy or a girl?" Um, and I understood everything. I understood everything, and I replied back, and I said their ages, and they understood me completely. So that was good. That was very good. Um, Also, when I was in Spain last October, this was before I did the classes with you. I was still very early in my learning with Spanish, but again, there was a Spanish couple that lived opposite us, and we showed them a photo of our dog, so they had a dog as well. And the guy said, "Oh, it's like Lady and the Tramp, Vagabondo y Bella," I think he said.
Mhm.
And vagabondo straight away, because it's like vagabond in English, it's a tramp. So I understood straight away. So and my other half looking at me is like, what, what are you talking about? How do you know these things? It's like, well, I try to make sense of things, and that's because I speak Greek fluently as well. If I can't think of it in English, I try and think of it in Greek, and if it doesn't work, then I don't know. But I try to put things in logically, which probably isn't the best way of learning a language. Um, but again, because I try and listen and understand the concept of what's being said, especially now doing these classes, it's definitely helped me so much more, and I can pick up a lot quicker than I could before. Before I had to analyze, but now it's like, oh yeah, I know.
Mhm.
It's much quicker thinking than it was before. Because before I was trying to listen to them in Spanish, translate into English. If it works, okay. If it didn't translate to English, can I translate it to Greek? That didn't work. So okay, Google Translate.
Yeah. Yeah, I translate from another language. Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
3 hours later, I still haven't made the sentence. So
Well, when you are ready to answer back, the person is not there yet, and is
right,
not has left.
yeah,
Because
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
I'm not going to wait until you do all your mental scheme, right? So yeah, yeah, wonderful, wonderful. So what was your? I don't remember. What was your biggest struggle, or what was holding you back the most before starting? It was maybe lack of time, it was maybe don't know what to do, it was, I don't know, did you struggle with something before starting working together?
Time wasn't the issue for me. It was how to speak, because obviously being in the UK, there's no one Spanish around me that I can talk to on a daily basis.
Hmm.
That was the biggest thing, because like when you're in Spain, you're in that situation, you're forced to speak and hear
Yeah.
Spanish all the time. Just like in the UK, English is all around you.
Uh-huh.
Um, so that for me was the biggest struggle, and also it was understanding all the nuances of the language, the tenses, and how it's spoken. And if you're not listening to it or in it all the time, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. Yeah. So basically, it was like not knowing what to do apart from what
Yeah.
you have tried before, right? Okay.
Right.
Clarity, let's say.
Yeah. Yeah.
What was missing? Okay. How did you overcome the fear or these nerves that maybe you were feeling of making mistake in front of natives, maybe, or in front of people?
So again, with the workshops and the confidence rooms, everyone's in the same position. So it doesn't matter. But initially, it was a bit of a shock to me, because I'm quite shy in talking Spanish. If I'm not sure, and I don't like making mistakes.
Mhm.
And I know it's never going to be. Well, I say never. Hopefully, one day it will be. But it was never going to be perfect at this stage, and I was worried I was going to be made fun of or laughed at for saying silly things or not making any sense. But that doesn't happen. It doesn't happen in the classes, because everyone's on their own learning journey, whether it's learning Spanish or learning English. Everyone's learning, and it doesn't matter if you make mistakes. That's the whole point. You make mistakes to learn from them.
Mm.
So it took a bit of getting used to, but now it's like, do you know what? I don't care. I'll just say it, and how it comes out. And if it's wrong, someone will correct me. So no, it's really good in boosting confidence for sure.
Mm-hmm. Wonderful. What would you say to a person that maybe saying, I've tried Duolingo, or I've tried lessons like you
Mm.
in the past, but it's not working. So I don't know what else to do.
Then I would definitely come on to the classes with you, because I've definitely seen the benefit. But it's true. I've seen the
Recommendation.
benefit.
You.
um,
Okay.
yeah, it's been amazing. Just the 5 months that I've been with you, and then the workshops and all the other teachers and the natives and the other like people that are learning. It's amazing what you can learn in a session, just by talking. Yeah, it's been a massive help.
Wonderful. Very good.
So definitely recommend. It's a different way of learning. I've never learned this way before. Mine's always been, even at school, it was always classroom based when I did French and German. But this is a very different, very natural way of learning.
I'm the best, Tasos. That's it. I'm sorry. This is the truth. I have to say it, right?
You'll have to come
So
to Spain. I'll make you dinner. I'll take you for a drink. No, but come to Spain. Come to
to the
where I
UK.
am in Alarin.
So we are. It's curious because a lot of people, when they when they arrive into Instagram, like you did, they think that I do lessons, and it's like, uh, if I did lessons, we wouldn't we wouldn't be able to have the results that we have, because it's impossible. If you only have 1 hour a week of a structured lesson where you join, and your teacher, a random guy, is not tailoring anything, it's just throwing you theory, today present perfect. As, okay, take notes, and you are like, hablado, has hablado, ha hablado, hemos hablado, and then it finishes the lesson, and the guy tells you, see you next week, I will send you homework. And so, what the hell?
Yeah,
I'm not going to be able to speak by that, because from this session until next week, I'm not having anything.
yeah,
I'm just not speaking. And then people say, okay, I'm going to learn how to speak by watching movies. And then, good luck trying to
yeah,
learn how to drive by watching Formula One videos. It's like,
yeah,
not going to work, right? So when you, there's a lot of people that they think that we do lessons, but it wouldn't work. That's what, in fact, we have like the metric. 93% of the people inside the Spanish Unlocked, they come from a previous teacher and from lessons.
hmm
98 from Duolingo, but 93 from a previous teacher. So
yeah,
it's
yeah,
crazy
yeah, yeah,
numbers, because you were already, well, at least you were just 6 months doing lessons, but there is people that they have been like 8 years doing
mm,
lessons. I was like, okay,
yeah,
so what else do you think I'm going to teach you in terms of theory? There's nothing else. You know everything, but you still cannot speak. So maybe
yeah.
the problem is in another place, not in the fact that you don't know enough theory, right?
hmm
What would you say to a person that maybe saying, after some time doing lessons, they think that maybe they are not good at languages, or that maybe Spanish is very hard for them?
Persevere, carry on, just try. Um, Learning any language, I don't think is an easy process. But if you're at this point in your journey, then obviously there is something there saying to you that you want to learn,
Mm,
for whatever reason, whether it's to be in a Spanish speaking country, not necessarily Spain, it could be anywhere in Latin America. So you're in this you're here, you're interested because you want to learn the language for it, whether you're going to live in Spain or visit Spain, or your partner or your friends are Spanish or Spanish speaking, or whatever. There is a reason why you're here, which is the reason I was here, because as I said before, mine is to live in Spain at some point, and I don't want to be reliant on English and apps when I want to be integrating with the locals.
Mm.
So that's my motivation to learn. Um, and when I go to Spain in a few weeks' time, then that's when I will put all this into practice on a day-to-day basis, because I will be there for 2 months, and that's enough time for me to engage with people, learn from people. Yes, I'll make mistakes, of course I will, but how else am I going to learn? But I'm not scared of making the mistakes. That's the difference this time. I'm not scared of speaking. If I say the wrong word, if I say the wrong tense, will they understand? Hopefully. So yeah.
My biggest goal is always not to make anyone speak Spanish perfect, because there's a lot of people that they are Spanish and they don't speak Spanish
Mm.
perfectly. They do mistakes from time to time. So that's not the goal. The goal is to feel that your message arrives and you don't feel bad because you've made a mistake. Because also, when you are in Spain, I guess that, well, you've been several times and you have seen that when a, a person that clearly is not speaking Spanish and you try with a native, the native is not judging you for saying
Not
something bad.
no. They're
It's
more than
always
happy that you're trying.
exactly, exactly,
Yeah.
because it's Spain, especially, and a lot of places in Latin America. There's a lot of people that they don't speak English. So the fact that you try to communicate in their language is like, oh, that's fine. Like, I'm going to help this person, and we put this like this pressure on ourselves that
Mm.
it must be perfect. Oh my God, I made a mistake, and what the biggest goal for me is to take this idea from your mind, and it's like I'm going to get better, but by training, not by studying more words, right? So
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Obviously, you need the vocabulary. You need to know the background of the language for sure. But
yeah, but did I ever send you a list of words of
no,
vocabulary?
no,
It's like
no,
it doesn't make sense. You are not going to go in when you are in Spain with your list in the
no,
street.
definitely not.
Wait a second. Uh, the parts of a city, and then you start scrolling and to find it. It's like it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Real communication is not happening like that. Real communication is what happened with this couple with the dogs and any
Yeah.
other random conversation. Your neighbors, whatever. Okay. So, what would you say to your past Tasos from 5 months ago? What advice would you give to
I should have
that?
started sooner. Look, it's better late than never. So I started 5 months ago, but um, had I known of this sooner, I probably would have started sooner. But there's no right time. It's when the right time is for you, and that
Mm,
was the right time for me to
mm.
investigate something different and look at something different, a different way of doing things, and it has definitely helped me for sure.
So that's it. I don't have anything else to say. You seem like a paid actor, Tassos.
I
Everything
wish.
good. No, you should know all the people that is watching this. Tassos paid to me, not the other way. So, well, congratulations. I'm really, really happy for you. I'm very proud because, well, you have been showing up. I don't do magic. I told you the first time
Yeah,
I
yeah,
saw you. I tell you, I'm not a magician. This is going to work 100%, but you need to follow the steps. If you follow the steps, you will speak Spanish. There's no doubt.
yeah.
And here you are. Here you have the results. So um, you did what I told you, and that's why
Mhm.
you are where you are. So thank you very much, Tassos,
Thank
for the
you.
interview, and I hope that it's helpful for people that maybe is thinking about, what's this? What this is all about? Is this real? Is not? Well, here you have Tassos' case. So thank you
Yeah.
very much. If you are in a similar situation, maybe you've tried apps, lessons, or teachers before, but you still cannot speak, I hope this video has helped you see what's possible. And if you'd like me to take a look at your case personally and see whether I can help you finally start speaking Spanish with confidence, there's a link below. Click there and we will analyze your specific situation. Thank you very much.